And I finally got to watch the much anticipated Inside Life with Erica, and woo! I've got a lot to say, so just watch to the end of this video. And in case you're wondering, I decided to rock some of my FSWG merch today. This is my FSWG coffee mug or tea mug, whatever you want to do with it. And this is my FSWG sweatshirt. It is so comfortable. I am rocking the extra large because I love large shirts. So hurry ahead now to my merch store. The link is in the description box below to go and shop yours. Oh yeah, let's get into the video quickly. There's a lot to talk about. The first episode of the show was more of an introduction into Erica's life and her acting career. She also introduced us to her two best friends, whom, according to her, they have been friends since she was a student at Covenant University. So they've been friends for like over 10 years now. We watched her make breakfast for her friends. We watched her have conversations with her friends about relationship, general conversation. But then she used that opportunity to talk about how she has learned a big lesson of not putting a relationship out there in public's eye. She doesn't like being trolled. She doesn't like people dragging her. She doesn't like the insults. And so because of her putting a relationship out there, all of those things happened. She did not particularly say if she was single or not. She just said that she was no longer putting a relationship out there in public's eye. Another event we saw was Erica's birthday photo shoot, which was directed by yours truly, Swanky Jerry. In case you do not know, Swanky Jerry is also the stylist for Mercy Eke. And so guys, aside that one, we also saw Erica's unveiling of one of the brands that she was signed onto. That's the Super Commando brand. According to Erica, she had already had the deal way back in November 2020, but she was not ready, or the brand rather was not ready to unveil her as the brand ambassador. So we saw all of that play out in yesterday's episode, and it was quite interesting to watch. Another thing she made mention of was the fact that she was living in a shortlet apartment whilst the apartment was undergoing fumigation because she had gotten a furniture that was bug infested. So basically guys, that was all that was shown to us in episode 1 in a nutshell. As I said, it was really brief, and I'm guessing that it's because it's a premiere of the show, so they just decided to show just a bit of what was to come on the entire show. It's more like wetting people's throat with the much anticipated show, and then people would be longing for more. Now, about some of the things that I liked about the show, I liked the fact that Erica started off looking very natural, looking very comfortable in her space. She looked very comfortable having conversations with her friends. And remember guys, she's an actress, so I feel like it was quite easy for her to just fit into character of the Inside Life with Erica. So she looked really comfortable, you know, she looked really comfortable, and I really liked that. Her friends, I think it was only her namesake Erica that had a free flow of conversation with her. The other person, Demola, I felt like at some point the guy was stuck. He did not really know what to do with himself, you know. So whilst the two Ericas were busy having conversations about relationship, the Demola was just there gawking at them, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? It's either you talk or you leave, you know. But overall, the conversations were free flowing. It was quite a very comfortable and relatable style of conversation, which I really like. Another thing I like is seeing Erica trying out her hands in the kitchen to cook, because everybody that watched Big Brother Naija knows that Erica did not really know how to cook or really enjoy cooking. But seeing her putting that effort to try to make breakfast, well, it was something really new to see, and I liked that part. However, there was a kind of disconnect for me between the Erica that was having her confessionals and the Erica that was being displayed on the actual show. I feel like they were just two different personalities. Now, I felt like the glammed up Erica having her confessionals was doing a lot to drill it into people's heads that, oh, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am, which is not really a bad thing. But at some point for me, it came off as her being braggy, and I felt like, girl, come on, this is just episode 1. Calm down. You still have several more episodes to go, and people are still going to know who you are. In fact, people already know who you are, so calm down, slow your roll. But I just felt like it just kept on coming over and over again, and at some point it became repetitive and it became boring to listen to. But the laid back Erica, the other Erica that's not really glammed up, that we see in the actual show, relating with people around her, relating with her friends, you know, I felt like that Erica was very much laid back. That Erica was very much natural. That Erica allowed things to just flow naturally for her. So at that point in time, when you listen to Erica, you know, having conversations with people, with friends, you know, having a photo shoot, you cannot really say that the show is even scripted at that point in time, you know. But then the other glammed up Erica, I feel like she made it quite difficult to even flow. Now, another thing I noticed in that episode, I felt like the show was rushed. I do not know when Erica got the deal to do the show. I do not know when they started filming, but I just felt like the show was rushed. Now, for me, for reality TV shows like that, yes, I feel like there should be a consistent narrative. A narrative should have the beginning, the body, and the end. For that episode, I felt like it did not really start from the beginning, which is not always necessary in some cases, but I just felt like in that one episode they tried to jumble in 1 million information at the same time. They tried to prove to people that Erica has always been an actress or an actor before she went into the Big Brother Naija mansion. They also tried to hammer it into people's heads that, oh, Erica can be a very, very laid-back person, be a very, very friendly person. They also tried to hammer it into people's heads that, oh, Erica is a very, very busy person. She's an extremely busy person. She's doing photo shoots. She's doing this. She's doing that, which is all good. Yes, which is not really a bad thing. But I just felt like the way they bundled all those many information in fragments into episode 1, which was just a 20-minute episode, I felt like it was kind of overwhelming to consume all at the same time. The way they did it, one would think that, oh, they do not have other episodes coming. So I just felt like episode 1 was kind of rushed with insignificant information that people did not really need. I feel like they just jumbled it all in. Then information that people really should know, they did not really provide those information in that episode. Another part that made me raise my brows was the part where Erica made a statement during a confessional. So she was trying to have a birthday photo shoot and the picture wasn't really turning out well, and it was getting really frustrating. She was frustrated, she was tired, and then she made a statement. She said that a lot of forces are against the shoot today, and one thing she knows is that her God is bigger than their devil. So when she made that statement, I'm like, calm down now, this is just episode 1. Where is all this energy coming from? You know, so when one hears that, looking at all the history of when she was inside Big Brother Naija's mansion, you know, coming out of the show, all the negative publicity that's been surrounding her brand, you know, and then hearing her make a statement like that on her reality TV show, guys, it will only do one thing. It will only portray a kind of personality that this girl has, that people will feel like, oh, she's trying to be all friendly, but this girl can be very, very petty. There might be 1 or 2 negative attributes about her personality that she's still hiding, you know, that kind of thing. You know, because for me, I felt like I was watching the show, everything was just going all in bubbles, and then the moment she made that statement, it just made me pause and feel like, who is this girl referring to again? Who is she thinking is behind all her struggles of not being able to do her birthday photo shoot? You know, guys, I just felt like that was just completely unnecessary. There were other words that she could have used. There were other things that she could have said, but then who knows why she did not use any other word but that. So you would think, it will cause you to think that, who is she referring to? Like, girl, this is your first episode. Make it clean, keep it simple, keep it just straightforward. No negative shades at anybody. Just focus on your thing. Focus on your work, on your brand. And then I listened to Erica's bestie talk, Erica, her namesake, and at some point, every time I listen to her talk during her confessionals, I feel like she's trying so hard to play the role of that bestie that is a ride or die. I felt like she was trying so hard to clean up Erica's image, to paint Erica in a very, very positive light, to project Erica's lovability to the entire public that's watching the show. And at some point I just felt like, come on girl, calm down, you're talking too much, you're doing too much. Listen guys, I understand that, you know, the show is more of a PR stunt to clean up Erica's image, to clean up Erica's brand, to project her image, to project her brand, to help also give a bigger platform to the brands that she has been signed on to as an ambassador. However, when certain conversations are had and are dragged for too long, when certain things are talked about too much, it becomes very, very boring and it becomes overly expected. You know, people tend to get bored with stuff like that. So with Erica's friend, I felt like she was talking too much about how good Erica is, about how strong Erica is, about how wonderful Erica is. And I'm like, come on girl, just allow people to see for themselves. We are watching. You don't have to tell us what to think. You don't have to tell us how to feel about Erica. Let us see. I mean, there's room for you to commend your friend. There's room for you to hype your friend. But when you're constantly at it, it becomes scripted. It begins to look like it was all planned. It begins to look like, oh, you're overdoing it. And guys, that was how I felt yesterday when I was watching Erica's friend, Erica, talk. Especially when the guy, Demola, was just overly, uncomfortably, weirdly quiet. But I loved the part where she gave credit to the Big Brother Naija platform for helping her gain visibility and publicity in her acting career. Mind you guys, she said acting career. This is not to say that Erica was like a complete nobody before going on to the Big Brother Naija show. Remember, prior to the show, aside acting, according to her first acting was done in 2015. Besides acting, Erica was brand ambassador to several brands, okay? So that did not mean to say that Erica did not really have connections or know people before the show. So she knew people, but it wasn't in her acting career. It was in being an influencer or being a model of some sort in other areas. But it was the statement that she made that made me laugh, because I just felt like, girl, you need to really open your eyes and see what's going on around you, for real. Okay, so this is what she said. I can't say it word for word, I'm just going to paraphrase. So what she said was that why she's really excited now is that back in the day, before BB Naija, she was always filled with uncertainties as to when her next big gig would come. But now she does not have to do anything. It is movie directors that are rushing her. It is movie directors that are inviting her to come and play roles in movies that are upcoming. You know, that all she has to do is to send them a reel of herself, or a monologue or something, and immediately they would call her on, sign her on to act a role or to play a role in a movie. Now, another thing she said was that, oh, she's really excited because now they recognize that she's very, very talented. And she's not just popular, she's an actor, she's this and that. I'm like, wow, girl, I love your confidence so much. I love how much you believe in yourself. But girl, you need to face the reality that anybody that goes on to Big Brother Naija and comes out having one of the biggest fan base and comes out being extremely controversial, brands, people do not hire you, do not recruit you, or do not sign you on to their brands as an influencer just because you're talented. If they are signing people on because of talent, trust me, every Tom, Dick and Harry on the streets of Nigeria will be signed on, because a lot of people, in fact, everybody is talented one way or the other. I said, girl, you need to open your eyes and recognize that most of these film production companies, most of them, they need the same publicity that you have. And you have something that they do not have. You have the fan base, they have the opportunity, they have the platform, so they are bringing you on to feature in their movie because they need your fans to help them draw in the cash. So you are like the cow that they are milking. Let me put that statement in other words. This is not to say that Erica is not talented. This is not to say that Erica does not know how to act, okay? Although I have not really taken time to watch any of her movies that she has featured in, but most of the reviews that I have gotten says that she is not like great, like she still needs a lot of more work, she needs a lot more practice. But I am not disputing the fact that Erica is not good at acting. I mean, we saw her in 1 or 2 dramas acted out whilst in the Big Brother Naija mansion, okay? And that justifies that she's really good, she's really okay. But that's not to say that she's actually that great, okay? So her now saying with so much confidence that, oh, now movie producers, movie directors, they are calling her because they know, they are very sure that she's talented. I was just laughing because I'm like, girl, the sooner you wake up, the better for you. The earlier you wake up, the better for you. Because guys, to be honest, I have done several videos addressing this. I've done several videos talking about how the relationship between brands, between organizations, between businesses and thriving Big Brother Naija housemates are very, very symbiotic. Yes, that's the word, symbiotic. I benefit from you, you benefit from me. And this is how it works, guys. Those brands, they also want visibility, they also want awareness, they also want publicity, they also want, most importantly, sales and believability of their product. And so how do they pass on this product to the consumers out there? How do they pass on this product to their target market? They do it via these selected few Big Brother Naija ex-housemates who have the crowd, who have the name, and who have loyal, diehard followers. So guys, when she made that statement, to be very honest, I had a very, very good laugh. But one thing I like about Erica talking, you know, doing her confessionals is the amount of confidence that she portrays. You know, she exudes and she shows so much confidence. But overall, guys, the show looks very, very promising. It looks promising because the snippets they gave us of the next episode showed Erica going on a date with some random guy, and a lot of people are curious, are dying of curiosity already that, oh my god, who is this guy? This guy is not Kidwire. And guys, I noticed how she stylishly did not mention Kidwire's name at all on episode 1. So I'm like, this girl, you are a typical businesswoman. Like, you really know how to protect your own brand. And she did not mention Lakon's name at all. Neither did she make reference to anything that happened whilst in the house. So guys, that's just the premiere of the show. That's just the episode 1. We are looking forward to more episodes. Let us wait and see what's going to happen next. I, for one, I am super, super interested in what is going to come next. I cannot wait to see another episode of the show. Now, in terms of the soundtrack, did I really like the soundtrack? Well, I've not decided on that yet. I am not sure if I really like the soundtrack. Do I really like the quality? I'm still going to reserve my comment until the next episode. I'm trying not to say too much now before elites come and drag down my head and my wigs. Anyways, guys, this is where I'm going to end this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory. Thank you all so much for watching. Listen, everything I said on this video, these are just my thoughts, my observations, okay? You do not have to agree with me. So if you have your own perception about the show, go ahead and utilize the comment section to pour it all out. Let it all out. Let it all go. And I will do well to respond to your comments. That said, have an amazing Thursday. Bye.